Good morning. Happy Sunday. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms, to my mom, to Steph, my girlfriend, to all you Equine Edge moms, all the moms in racing. Great day today. We're back, Gulfstream Park, Royal Palm Meet, race 2 about to go. I like Game of Power here. I like the daily double. I like trying to beat Willingness to 10 here. The scratches helped Willingness. I really thought this horse had a brutal post. I know that the pace figure shows not a lot of speed, and it shows the 6 as quite a bit of speed. But I thought that you could upset Willingness here, either with Game of Power or Wong Ping Chief. I like Game of Power on top. I thought was a great price. That's why I wanted to jump on. You're getting 6-1. I do think the 10 going to probably show a little bit of speed and try to either sit off or be up there with the 6. The 6 looks to be, maybe have some other speed, but I thought the 1 could sit the trip, in all honesty. I think the Game of Power you'll see is the second Equine Edge pick, but race versus similar last out and improved second time blinkers. You can see there, and that was only 9 days ago. So it is a quick wheel back, but Connections obviously thought that, he could improve here. So, and when you look, he's had a lot of trouble in recent starts, bumped. You can probably forgive these efforts. And finally, with second time blinkers, routing here on the Tapeta, was able to, to show a much better trip, I would say. So I thought Game of Power had a look at a price. Let's keep going. And then this race is about to go. I thought in race 3, again, I was on Sugar Buzz, an 8-1, also the Scotty Longshot, as well as Kosher Capone. And I didn't really have a preference for necessarily either one of them, but I like the daily double coming out of that last race. I'm not sure the price you'll get. So let's look. On the probable side, from a 1 into the 2-4. Am I seeing this right? I'm seeing. So the 6 is a big favorite here. Into the 1 into the 2-4, you're getting 114-1 or 90-1. So. And then on the 6, it's a lot less. You're getting about 33-1. So, either way, I thought that, but I like the 1 into the 2-4, really good price there. Again, you're getting 100 or, 90-1. So I thought I had some interest early here, but getting back to this race before they go here in race number 2, I thought that when you look here on the dirt, there's not a lot of speed. It's fairly questionable. And I think one of these, Kosher Capone, did you see the GSR increase getting back to the dirt, going 8 furlongs? And, you look, and it's where he ultimately broke his maiden out there in a maiden special at Churchill Downs, and then faced all these races on the Tapeta and the turf during the championship meet. Just not the right spot. Angel Rodriguez claims, second off the claim, and they finally get back to the dirt. You have a nice work there. I thought I had a big shot. And then Sugar Buzz, the other one, they're probably going to show some legit speed. This one gets over to the dirt for the first time. Looked okay on the GSR perspective, highest number. And I thought I had interest in a race like this, And so Morelos rides. He's been riding just lights out. He's 18 for 98 in, his mounts at the Royal Palm Meet. But I would expect Morelos to be aggressive here. I don't think that, the 4 probably needs the lead. So the 2 might actually get loose on the dirt. So, again, I like the 1 here in race 2, Game of Power. You're getting 9-1 into the 2-4 in the daily double, paying about 100-1 each. So a nice little bet there. And then we'll talk about a couple other plays here as well that I thought had a little bit of interest. I thought race 4 was wide open. I did think Always Adriana might get loose here. Might get loose here on the turf. The rail is way out again. It's at 73 feet. So we saw that yesterday in a couple races. And Winners won on the lead. I think Always Adriana has a shot in race 5 to do so. I think I like the 8 underneath. She Do Kitten. I think that She Do Kitten from an exacta perspective fits. I mean, the drop in SOR is big here. You know, you get 8 points in SOR drop coming out of that championship meet. You look at this win 6 back on the Tapeta and a 44, it made sense. You know, the GSR is okay on the turf. They raced on the turf here, 2 back in a 54. I mean, that effort is way better than much of these have faced. So I thought that, you know, from a weak group, we're talking about Morelos again. I thought the 8 fit a little bit in race number 5. But we're going to watch this race too. And, well, we'll listen to it. I don't have it up on video, but the 6 showed speed, and that was to be expected.
Twin Horses De La Calles comes away in 5th. At the inside, it's Got His Life. Toward the rail goes Game of Power. Catalina Storm is on his outside.
4 shows speed as well.
The early pace, and Ragman in front. He leads by about a length over a Headstrong. Wampanoag Chief is second.
So that 10 horse
third with Got His Life at the rail 4th.
Outside post.
While racing in 5th on a hole.
Found a good spot though.
Game of Power in between Catalina Storm, and at the back is Karif. Quarter complete. Went to 25 seconds flat. Less than 5 furlongs to go. They're leaving Ragman alone. He's on top by a length and a half. The 2 favorites are second and third, and only a neck apart from each other, with Wampanoag Chief holding second from Willingness in third. Up on the outside, De La Calles follows the move of Willingness. At the rail, it's Got His Life. Then at the rail goes Game of Power. He tries to improve with 7 lengths to make up. Catalina Storm is second last, and Karif trails. They went the half at 49 and 1. They swing now to the far turn. That's all for Ragman. The 2 favorites have kicked on. Wampanoag Chief gets first run on Willingness. Driven into third, De La Calles. He tries to gain ground on the Embattled duo. From the back, Game of Power launched off cover for a run. They're a quarter of a mile out. 3/4, 113 flat. They're on their way home. It's Willingness who's doing the better work. Wampanoag Chief tries to battle back from second. Down the center of the racetrack, Got His Life. Game of Power with Got His Life between.
Tango win.
Willingness is kicked into a gear. The
other one gonna run a good race. Probably run second, it looks like.
Odds-on favorite delivers. Willingness. Edgar Zayas, they're in front. Got His Life is second from.
Yeah, I came 10-5-1. So, all right. Well, it was worth a shot there. Good price. Ran a good race, a little far back. But I did think that, you know, race 5 was another play for me. I thought the 3-8 exacta, you know, 3 over the 8 cold, and, you know, maybe a little bit of a saver there, depending on the 8 of the price of the 8. And then my other bet was the daily double here, the 3 cold into the 3 beastly speed. And the next race is going to be a big favorite. I'm not sure the price you get there, so watch it. And then depending on what the 8 into the 3 is, you know, you might place a little action there. So I thought that the middle, the 5th and 6th race were probably the strongest races from a single standpoint. I know a lot of people probably single beastly speed in the 6 and late sequences, but I thought that between race 5 and 6, you have the 3-3 daily double and maybe a little bit of an 8-3. So that's what I saw today. Not a lot, but wanted to jump on. I wish everybody luck. Happy Mother's Day. We will be back later this week at Gulfstream Park. Continue coverage of the Royal Palm Meet from Equine Edge, and chat more soon. Good luck today.